The old Russians call needlework needle painting. It is a type of the decorative art which uses gold thread to embroider. It was widespread in ancient Russia and was formed under the influence of the Byzantium Empire. This kind of needlework has its own particularities. For example, it has a more significant dependence on materials used, techniques, and functional meaning of the object than in many other types of imitative arts. The images created are similar to the artistic and symbolic style of icons and murals, combined with the liturgic and loose inscriptions.
The ancient Russian art of golden thread embroidery takes place since the baptism of Kievan, Russia. Everything embroidered by this particular thread has its own religious meaning, and today we'll see what it is.
The golden threads are different in their gauge and texture. Metal and metallized threads are rather fragile. They can be torn during the embroidery process. The difficulty of the materials worked with significantly complicates production. The cloth, usually silk, must be stretched on the tabouret or some frame very tightly, and the image must be uncovered for the embroiderers to work with it. During the work with golden threads, special stitches and devices are used. Usually the stitches are called viperkepi, meaning soft and calculating. The most distinguishing stitch is the ingot stitch with cleavage. Znamenщики, those people, usually professionals who make icons and also the words on the embroidery, depict different images, ornaments, and words. Queens and princesses, merchant wives, and just plain mistresses used to be among those who took on embroidering. The needlework itself is very long and laborious work. Several embroiderers used to take several months to finish one piece.
Every part of the embroidering is filled with love, so a person who does it usually wants to show his love for the god. And he does it in the following way. He's making the vertical stitches, which are usually used in making icons.
Sometimes a heavy flaxen or cotton piece of material was used under the silk with golden thread embroidery. They would ornament it with precious stones and pearls. To make it last, they put canvas under the needlework, then sewed on a lining.
This embroidering is a very long process. It takes about half a year or maybe more. And today I'm going to present to you Marina Mikhailовna, who will show us how she does it.
This tradition came to us from the Byzantium in the times of the baptism of Kievan, Russia, in the times of Prince Vladimir. The same as the canonical forms of Orthodox. Everything came from Byzantium. The church embroidery was sewed with golden and colored silk. Depending on the artistic goal in imagining, there was a moment when the traditions were lost. Modern church embroiderers were trying to restore traditions. They work with metal threads. And of course, the golden thread is our main instrument. But it is also very symbolic and has its own significance. It's a symbol of the grace of God and the spiritual life. And the colorful threads go as traditional ones. All the colors are fixed by the canons of icon painting. Every stand is dressed in the clothes of some definite color. Almost every Orthodox woman took on golden thread embroidery. She expressed her love to God and church in such a form. As a rule, every house, especially a rich one, had its own embroidery workshop, and the prestige of a house was estimated according to the level of this workshop and the skills of the mystery of the house. Nowadays, more and more embroiderers try to restore Russian traditions.
Much of the embroidery were given to the churches and monasteries. Different symbols and standards follow different solemn processions and ceremonies, military reviews, and crusades. They were also given to the representatives of priesthoods of other Orthodox countries. Larger collections of the works of Russian needle painting can also be found in the museums of the Moscow Kremlin, the Moscow Historical Museum, and more.